Ladies and gentlemen, we have come back again where we stopped. Sorry for there are some changes that we are doing a little bit, but we are talking about to live like a Canadian dream. To live a Canadian dream, avoid high expectation, hard work, not hard work to lift heavy stuff, but be smart when you are working. Work smart, save your money, do not spend money. I will come back about that point. If you are living in Canada, avoid spending money. Avoid the trap of spending, overspending. To live like a Canadian dream, avoid send your money where you came from. I know when you live in Iraq people, they need money, maybe in Iran, maybe you maybe in Switzerland, because in Canada this is where you can save money and send other people outside. You cannot leave Japan. I mean, you cannot leave Canada that you are going to Japan to make money. That is wrong. You leave a country to come to Canada to make money, to change life, to change everything. If this is your dream, some people they come with the dreams, maybe I'm going to start education to get a degree, that this is going to be my dream, to discover a Canadian dream, to discover a Canadian I'm going to have a degree in engineering, in mining. This will be my starting point to get a Canadian dream. Yes, you are right. You are right. Let me just talk to this okay, a little bit. Someone was calling me, but I will not talk to this person because of this important event that I'm talking about right now. To live like a Canadian dream, or to live like a Canadian, avoid high spending. Live simple life. Keep money. Money is hard to get everywhere. There is no free money all the time. If you want to be like a Canadian, spend little, save your money 10%. Everything you get, if you are a Canadian, if you are looking for a Canadian dream, 10% in the bank for saving account. 10% goes to checking account. 10% save it to the charity. When you go to the church, when you go, maybe Canadian people, they are donors. Everyone in Canada is a donor. I came to Canada through donation. In Canada, everyone will donate. And this is why you see me here. So it is my responsibility when, as a Canadian here, I save 10% for the people who are suffering in Ghana. People who live under $1. I have to save this 1% and then send it to those people. Maybe in Palestine, in Iraq, in Afghanistan, I save 10%. This is what we call Canadian. They have sympathy, tolerance, and they think about people just also doing the same thing. Next time, we're gonna also have a discussion on the similar project that we're going to present to you guys, and then I show you how you can enjoy all the best quality services if your plan was to live like a Canadian dream. This is a man, another example. I'm going to give you an example. A man known as Hafiz. Hafiz came to Canada with a dream that is going to make $5 million in 1 year. That was his imagination and the thought. That is very simple in Canada, but don't live such expectations. Hamdan came with an idea that he's going to get a degree in Canada and he started living like a Canadian. Canadian people, one degree in Canada is nothing. And Canadian people, they don't care whether he has a degree. He can still look for a surviving job. He will not go to beg. There is a lot of everything you do in Canada, you survive. But a problem that when you come here as a new immigrant, you fear, you get what we call anxieties. You feel maybe homophobia. Say that, my God, I came to make a dream. How can I go to be a security in order to get this dream? Start from scratch. Let people say what they say about you, but live your dream. Let people criticize you, but continue. One day, your dream will translate into the reality. This is what we call Canadian. Canadian dream, you have at least to have 3 jobs or 2. One job help you to care about the family. Another job care about your personal development pass, money pocket. And then it grow. In Canada, if don't eat your saving, keep your saving for future. You are living like a Canadian. I want you to change your mindset. Change your mindset. Start from scratch. Find a job. Start from scratch. The first thing to do when you come to Canada, English language. Try to learn and adapt. Adaptation is another principle in Canada. Learn to adapt as much as possible. I will give you an example of chameleon. Chameleon is a simple animal. In chameleon, if you see chameleon, you're going to see it is very small animal. As you can see somewhere there. Today, this is water. If it comes here, chameleon, it's gonna change its color because it wants to adapt. It wants to avoid its enemies. So be as a chameleon when you come to Canada. Try as much as possible to learn. Look for connections. In Canada, there is a lot of community connections. Don't be isolated. Don't feel isolated yourself in the bedroom in your house. No. Canada is a place for everyone. Is a place for you. Is a place for me. Is a place for every immigrant. That's why we call ourselves multiculturalism. This is the only multicultural country in the world where everybody, you're going to find different breeds. You are going to find mixed breeds in different countries. You are living like a Canadian. Avoid the places in Canada which may take your money. Canadian people, they control their impulses. The anger which causes you to spend money. Canadian people, they spend money according to the needs, not to what they want. Because they want to live like a Canadian dream. They save money for spending. But this spending, they have to make sure that they spend on the most important needs. Not what they want. Another immigrant asked me yesterday that I came to Canada to make money. Yes. I wanted to find a job. I left my country. I have a PhD. I was a doctor. But in Canada, I cannot find a job for the doctor. I asked this man, do you think there is no any other jobs you can do? What do you think you cannot find a doctor, a job in medicine or in hospitals? The problem for this man was language barrier. That is principle number 1. He told me I cannot go back to study English because it is a difficult language. I told him, I asked him that, what did you know about Canada before you come in this country? What did you know about Canada before? When they told you that you are going to Canada, what important things came to your mind? What did you thought about Canada? Do they speak Swahili, French, English, Germany, Portuguese? He told me they speak 2 languages, French and English. I told him that, now, do you speak French? He told me I cannot speak French because that is a fucking language. I cannot speak that language. And I told him that you knew that they speak English in Canada as an official language. That yes. Did you try to learn English to prepare yourself? He said that no, I will never. Because now I am old. You will never live like a Canadian. How you build a wall in front of yourself, your future. Just to break up that wall, go back and study English language. You communicate with the Canadian, you tell him what you want, and they give you what you want. You understand each other. You are living like a Canadian. Do not expect a Canadian to go to Germany, to study the German, because he's bringing you to Canada to change your life, and have to go back again to study German. He can have a translator, but it's going to take him time. And the translator will not be with you everywhere. There are things, our mindset, the way we think when we are told that we are going to Canada, it depends our failures and successes. Another person. My friend told me a story. I got money when I came to Canada. I constructed apartments back home, and I did a lot of investment in Canada. But now I don't have anything. Money is not easy to get, and it is easy to spend, but it's not easy to get back. The problem of this man, when he came to Canada, he came with a mentality of getting married right away. He got a wife back home on Facebook. They started dating. He went for the marriage. He didn't know anything about this person. Long distance relationship is sometimes gonna find it hard. Jackson started spending his money back home in Central African Republic. After 2 years, he thought that it was a time for triumph. His wife is going to come, and investment, they are going well in back home. Jackson went to visit his wife. He never found her, and all the investment had totally been taken by her boyfriends. Jackson came back to Canada. He is so worried today. Will you blame Canada, or are you going to blame Jackson? The mentality, the way you think, it will determine your strategy, your successes, your inspiration to live like a Canadian, to live a Canadian dream. I told you, Canadian dream, you start from scratch. When they bring you to Canada and you look at all the beautiful hills, the beautiful mountains, the apartments, the Mercedes-Benz, the Cadillac, and everything, the Mustang people are driving here, don't think that you are going to drive the same car. Yasin, I have struggled. I have worked smart to live here. I avoided the traps of taking my money. I got my education here in Canada. And I worked hard. I engaged into the community. I worked with the community. I started from scratch and then built my empire. That's why you see me today. If you come to Canada and you want to live like a Canadian, start from scratch, look for connection, adaptation, find a job, learning English language. Don't spend on unnecessary items if you want to live like a Canadian. If you want to live like a Canadian, don't spend money. Always look at the traps which can take your money and avoid them. to live like a Canadian. Learn as Canadian ways of living. How do Canadians speak? And then talk like a Canadian. I'm not quite talk like Canadian because some of you may not understand me well. But this is just a guideline that if you come to Canada, the first principle, what type of language are you speaking, and what type of language do Canadian people speak? Are you able to communicate to one another? That's principle number one. Think about that immediately when you come here. And then principle number two, are you surrounded with environment, friends? Canadian people, they like to talk to one another. They like to chat with one another. But don't expect them to start a conversation. Hello, my friend Brian. Hello. Hello. So don't think that you are going to start everything in 1 year. In Canada, if you want employment, and this is very common. This is very common, guys. This is so common. This is so common, so simple to see common sense. If you come to Canada and you cannot find employment, the first thing to do, find volunteering opportunities. Yes. Find, there is a lot of volunteering and everything, then you do finish.